Salutations! Welcome to another episode of Foxx Plays KSP, the 365-day challenge. So today, we're actually not launching anything from Kerbin. We need to venture over to our Mun Station Hypatia and do some EVA work there, and then a quick hop, skip, and a jump down to the moon for a little bit of maintenance. Alright, well, I'm gonna go to the tracking station and jump on over there, so we'll see you there. Alrighty. So first we're going to we're just going to check out some of the IVAs here, because they're a bit primitive, but they're quite cool. So I think this is our TKS IVA. You got 3 seats, you got some controls in the middle, very primitive, but then there we go. And then this, where is this? Not sure where this is. Huh. That's in the orbital crew block. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna take Frieden Kerman. We're gonna perform a bit of an EVA. Alright, so first off, we're gonna set some things up for what's going on here? Alright, that's much more like it. Alright. So we're going to set up some lights along the hull for some self-illumination. Nope. Not all that expert at attaching things, but alright, that looks all right. Alright, we're gonna head down to the bottom here. Alright, and we're going to attach one more to our little spacecraft here, which I have decided to name. Seems like it needs a name. And so I have concluded to name it Ptolemy, after Claudius, I believe his name was, who was a Greco-Egyptian astronomer, among other things, because people back then were often more than one thing. About, I want to say 300 years before Hypatia, but still very important. his his treatise on astronomy is one of the only surviving examples from ancient times. So, as such, it's quite interesting. All right, let's take a look at that, see how that looks. That seems reasonable. All right. Alright, that's not our door. That's our door. Alright. Alright, there we are. So we're gonna just test this out a little bit. Lights on. Beautiful. Oh, lovely. Bit washed out, but works. Alright. Get a little bit of contrast there, which is nice. Alright, so lights off. Alright, so I'm now going to do a little planning here and find us a... what's going on there? It's gotten very dim all of a sudden. Anyway, I'm going to find us a trajectory that'll get us down to Hamal 3 and... Oh, excuse me, bit of a hiccup. Hamal 3 and Prospeckt 1. Because due to a slight oversight, they're not particularly useful at the moment. So, alright, I'm going to do some planning on that, and I'll see when I'm ready for my descent. Alrighty, so I've done a bit of planning, but got our maneuver node all set up. Took us several orbits, just because of our eccentric orbit here. But, so we're actually going to undock. We've got our guy in there, I think. Yep. Right, we're actually going to cancel that that maneuver because it's with the wrong vessel. All right, and just check that we've got somebody in there. Yep. Okay. Now, here comes the tricky part because it's all battery power for this craft. So you have to be kind of ready to do what needs done and do it quickly. So, alright, we're going to use our SAS to get us over in the right direction. Alright, and going to kick ourselves away from the station. That's troubling because the it seems that our SAS wants to work overtime to keep us pointed in the right direction. So 21 minutes. Now for 40 Delta V, that can't be all that long a burn. I'm going to estimate about 2-3 seconds tops. So I'm going to leave it till quite late. I'm just going to lights on. There we go. Alright, SAS on, put us on our maneuver, and activate mission. And I was right, it did not take long at all. Alright, so we are now on our descent. Alright, so now we're a little bit off, so we're going to burn south just a tad. I'm doing it now so as to keep it cheap. Okay. Alright, radar altitude is 13 kilometers. We're coming down more or less right where we need to. Basically checking out how long a suicide burn would be. Each 20 seconds. Alright, so what do we need to do? We need to point retrograde. And we need to line ourselves up so that we're slowing down but keeping our trajectory more or less. We need to burn slightly north because our landing site has drifted south. And gonna burn radial a little bit to get ourselves some more altitude, but also continue slowing us down. Alright, we're gonna deploy our landing legs. Very lightweight spacecraft, I think. I am a little worried about the Delta V budget. There's only really about 500 to spare, which is a lot. It's a lot, but landing is about 500 and taking off is about 500 and change. So it's about 1100 all told. So all things considered, it's not a lot of wiggle room. So yeah, part of the what makes this particular run nice and easy is that we're landing near Hamal 3, which is our carbonite refining operation. So he has a chance to refuel once he's down there. All right, we can see the shadows of our spacecraft. so when we are directly over our target here, we're gonna perfect. Got a little bit overzealous there with the throttle. Yeah, all things considered, this is much tighter on Delta V than I even thought it would be. I didn't think it would be, easy. Oh, geez. No! You know... This is ridiculous. Alright. Well, I'm going to try and get this right here. Alright, well, yeah, I'm going to put a cut here and get this sorted out, and we'll keep on with our EVA. Alright, so that was embarrassing, but we've righted ourselves. So now we need to just very gently coax ourselves in the right direction. So we need to get fairly close to the need to get fairly close to the need to get fairly close here. Okay, that's still pretty far. No! Alright, I'm gonna put another cut here, because this is getting a bit ridiculous. Okay, so we've shuffled a little closer, and I think this is as far as we go. Alright, so we need to retrieve some gear from Hamal 3 to set up this refueling. Let's get this great heavy thing over here. I love Kerbal attachment system. It just, sometimes it really just bugs the heck out. Huh. Why are there no more pipe endpoints? Oh, this is going to be interesting. Well, let's try and free up the Prospeckt. And see if that pipe will reach. Because I think I've more or less concluded that Hamal 3 will be a derelict lander. But something tells me I'm going to have to get a lot closer. Which could prove problematic. Alright, well that's one leg. So maybe this will work. Oh, yeah, this'll work. Not sure why I had 2 pylons if I only had 4 pipe endpoints, but oh well. Now, realistically, we have already satisfied our mission. Both in terms of the challenge, but also in terms of our mission was to free up Prospeckt 1 because it was being held down by this this piping. All right. So let's yep, that's it. So we're now pumping fuel out of Hamal 3 and into Ptolemy. prop 2. Alright. So now we're going to switch back over to our Kerbal. And he's going to unlink all this. And I'm going to actually stow all of this back in... Actually, no. I'm gonna grab all of this stuff and put it into Ptolemy, and we're going to repurpose it for later missions. But I'm going to do that off camera. But yeah, I am going to come back just briefly so that we can bring Ptolemy back home. To dock at Mun Station Hypatia, and depending on how long the episode is going, we might even take Prospeckt out for a stroll. Alright, well, I'll see you in a bit. Alrighty, so we've finished our fuel transfer. We've unhooked all the bits and bobs, and unfortunately, we don't actually have room to fairly realistically, we don't have room to store these big honking ground pylons in our return capsule. So we've just attached them to the outside, and hopefully we still have enough Delta V to get where we're going. Alright, yeah, plenty. Alright. Oh, and we missed our solar panel. I did bring a backup solar panel, just, cuz. So open container. Alright. I almost wonder if there's anything else on Himal 3 that we could salvage. I don't think so, really. I think that's more or less all we need. Alright, so we need to... I'll wait until Hypatia is overhead, and we'll burn for rendezvous. Alright, see you then. Alrighty, so we have set up our maneuver, and it should be up there somewhere. Yeah, unfortunately, we missed our first opportunity, or our first window, and wound up staying here like 5 days longer than we planned on. But, alright, here we go. I think. Let me just double check where I'm going. Yep. So it's in the northern sky, we're burning south. Yep. Alright, we need to burn more south. Alright, and I think we're gonna put a maneuver node here and try and just boost our orbit up here. Yep, and we should be well clear of all obstacles, so it did burn quite a lot of our Delta V, but shouldn't be an issue. And this episode is running a bit long, but not really worried about it. Alright, and we're gonna fix our inclination. That's the ascending node, so we want to descend. Alright. Alright, 4 minutes away. I do love low orbits around the moon. They make for just some wonderful visuals. We're actually going to execute this maneuver with SAS. Or not SAS, RCS. Monopropellant in our reaction control system. Nope. Stop it. Alright. So, alright, good. And let's see. Alright, and some fiddling and fanoodling should get us that encounter, and I will bring it back when we're on our final approach for docking. Alright, see you soon. Alrighty, here we are, just coming in close to Mun Station Hypatia. Just null out our velocity just to last a little bit. And SAS starts flipping out. Okay. Open up our handy dandy docking port alignment indicator by Navy Fish. And I think that might be the right one. That is the right one. Alright, so gonna knock that off. Alright. Sorry I'm mucking about with this so much, trying to get it Alright, and do our roll. Alright, and RCS on. Nice, small, responsive craft. I do like it when it's nice and responsive. Alright, looks like we're good. There we go. Docked up. Huzzah. Alright, and that's our mission. So that was the Mun Station ship Ptolemy, finishing up its round trip from and back to Space Station Hypatia, or Mun Station Hypatia, and our mission was to free up the Prospeckt 1 lunar probe, which will now be free to Prospeckt. So in the next episode, I hope to use Prospeckt to find a much more suitable landing site, one that isn't on a hill, and that'll let us do all kinds of fun things. Well, until then, I've been Foxx. This has been KSP, using quite a lot of wonderful Tantares Mod Pack parts. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you next time. Take care.